Aldritch and Nathan, two brothers, most grim. Around the world in a mansion, destination, their whim. A shallow grave for a stranger. At midnight task in the mud. Their shovel struck something plastic. A relic of film, misunderstood. Psycho Gorman's the title. Across the cracked case did it gleam. The body forgotten, they hurried inside to watch the cosmic horror stream.
Another Halloween goes by.
Yay. And I think I had one too many already. One too many.
You've been drinking from my cup then. I seem to not have had enough.
Yeah, I guess you're trying to learn from your mistakes.
I don't think I can learn from anything right now, considering my track record anyway.
True. What are we doing again? Right. It's the thing.
We have to do it every year.
Yeah, the fucking Halloween special thing.
But this time, at least, there's nothing involved. It's already been decided for us anyway.
But doesn't that suck though? Because like my favorite part of Halloween is us coming up with stupid shit to decide a movie. Like, do I want to outsource that decision to fate? I don't know. I mean, it always is fate. That's true. Like, I guess I don't know. It's just
I think I look at it that way.
But I like the machinations.
The universe decided for us the same way it always does. It's just it was a very peculiar way of telling us what to watch this year.
Yeah. Right. So we got this tape. We got this cassette.
Yeah,
and it's
some of you might not even be old enough to know what a cassette is.
I mean, I think most of our. I mean, I don't know. Does information fade more?
You would be surprised how quickly people forget about things.
Damn. I remember things from like 200 years ago. I mean, sure, like I have memories from that time. That's true. I guess
I don't remember everything.
I didn't think of that. Maybe that's why they're always so anxious and so mad at each other and so. Hell, that's good for us, right? It's easier. But anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, we got a movie. We got a movie that we have to watch.
We did watch already.
That we did watch, yes. And
just bear with us. It's been a long night.
Yeah, what was it called again? Forgot the name.
Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman. Yes.
Right, let's get the thralls working on the candles.
Yeah. I can't. I'm not even in there. I'm not even mentally. I'm gonna try to stay focused, but there's no guarantee at all.
Thankfully. Sorry. Thankfully, it's not a very demanding movie. Before we continue, I have been informed that the candles have been lit, the circles have been closed, and the words of power have been recited. Let us begin tonight's gathering. It is in this Halloween night that we bring you a tale of two siblings.
Mhm.
One considerably more weird than the other. Um,
It is
their
a
name. Go on.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
on. Go
No,
on.
no,
Go on.
no. You could say, but yeah, like
No, no, you go
it
on.
is a. This is a kind of movie that is definitely outside. It manages to scratch the itch that we have for, the kind of more documentary like I guess stories of our kind, and somehow it manages to be terrifying for us because of the
The
machinations involved,
implication.
the implications, yeah. And yet it is it's a mix of it's actually this movie is actually crazy. It mixes so many things, and it manages to just satisfy. Like at least I was left completely mesmerized by the end. So yeah,
I agree. That's a very Saturday morning
came out of
superhero cartoon vibe to it.
yeah came out of
Uh,
nowhere.
it reminded me a little bit of stuff from the Japanese used to do it. What were they called? Tok. It's not TikToks. That's something else. It's a special filming technique that they have with the kind of like the Godzilla movies and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff like that, but more, I guess Americans know them as Power Rangers. Um,
Mm.
so it had a lot of the same, but we are getting a little bit ahead of
Yeah,
ourselves.
yeah. So right, so you were saying
Right. Yes. So these two siblings, they're they're just two brothers. No, I'm kidding.
two bros chilling on a hot tub. What was it? Yeah, it was something like that. Because they're not gay,
Yeah, they're definitely not.
and we're also not gay. Just saying,
You're just
in
putting it
case
out
that
there.
wasn't clear. Sorry, continue.
Satan, damn it. All right, so Mimi and Luke. I think Luke is a little bit older than Mimi, but Mimi is the leader. She's completely, I don't want to say crazy, but she is crazy. Okay,
Mm.
she made up this game that also has very Calvin Ball feel.
Yeah, but
She called it Crazy Ball,
mhm.
and it involves a series of complex and esoteric rules that we don't want to discuss at this time.
Mhm.
But it just so happens that Mimi wins that peculiar game, and Luke is forced to dig his own grave.
Mhm.
He hits something hard, and he finds, or Mimi, I should say, Mimi finds a gem. The gem of
Gem of
check no
Peroxidike, but
Peroxidike.
it's a gem that is connected to a what appears to be a coffin.
Forgot about the coffin, right? She had
Right.
the measures that she just randomly pressed buttons and opened. It was supposed to be something incredibly secure and alien. So she just opens it at a
She
first
just
try.
she just cracks the code. I mean, it's just I guess it happens,
Yeah,
Technically, it's monkeys and typewriters type thing. Eventually, you will get
yeah.
the right.
It
Uh,
just so happened to be an extremely lucky try.
mhm. So this coffin, the kids constantly they're mentioning that it might be their grandma, which is
Right.
kind of weird. I don't think that mortals um
Bury people in their
bury
backyard.
yeah, I don't think they bury their dead in their backyard. I mean, I might be wrong. I mean, they do that sometimes, but I feel like it's more like an illegal thing. But whatever.
Kind of like what
Um,
we were trying to do.
yes. But we were not, we follow different rules. So, but yeah, so they think it might be grandma. But then she takes the gem. It starts growling. It starts doing some weird noises, and they decide to just bury the coffin again. Yeah, and they just go to bed. That night, we see so this red light starts pulsing under the earth, and a hand comes out, a hand with claws. And then in the next morning, the hole that they had dug, but then they had covered it up again, is now open again.
Yeah, this time
So,
with claw
yeah.
marks.
So and the coffin is nowhere to be found. It just disappears. So
There's a little family dispute over who gets to put the whole back together. I really found that it's going to be important for later because the dad seems to just dodge every kind of responsibility. As soon as he picks up the shovel, his hand starts hurting.
yeah, the characterization is really good. I think it's just there's so many different side plots happening. It's just really interesting. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so they follow a trail from that hole to an abandoned shoe factory that they seem to have close by. And there is a lot of dead bodies, because apparently the guy that crawled out of the hole last night met a bunch of hobos, and
I think it was a gang or something. Because they had killed someone and they were looting the place, I think. And
true, correct.
and this is the first time that we see the creature, this glorious character.
Monstrously tall, shoulders broad as
this
a wardrobe.
Like you have to admit, like I don't know about you, but yeah, to me, like this is who I want to be. Like this is my
Yeah.
it's my idol basically.
There's this one guy who's pleading for his life. I don't want to die. It was the first one that wanted to kill him.
And then he says, "Then live forever."
And when the kids go back the next day, he's still like hovering midair, his eyes rolling forever as if they're just two marbles that were told to spin on his eyes. And he is living forever, just experiencing pain and torment. I think when the creature appears, the alien appears, they startle. It startles the kids, and I think one of them pushes this floating guy to the ground, and it shatters into a million pieces.
Yeah, and he's like,
He is
"No,
extremely
my
upset."
masterpiece.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially, he's identifying himself like, my enemies call me the Archduke of Nightmares. And like these glorious titles, he comes from the planet Gygax. That's a very obvious nod also. And the creature realizes that it can't hurt the kids because Mimi has its source of power.
The gem of
Peroxidike. Yeah.
Which and he explains, because she asks for him to explain like what's happening, like why can
Who are you? Where do you come from? What's up
this?
with the gem?
Yeah, and basically he explains, as you said, like he is the Archduke of Nightmares. He comes from the planet Gygax, and he's really old. He's like millions of years old or something.
The time before time.
He explains that the gem is the source of his power, and whoever holds the gem, or whoever has the gem in their possession, essentially controls him. He has to do anything that the person says. And of course, Mimi uses this to the full. She as her character, she decides to, oh really? So you can do anything I want, and she just decides to test the limits of that and see what she can do with this demigod being, effectively, that she has power over now.
It's important to note that this guy was a slave in his planet. He didn't have any powers, and he was working the mines. His planet was enslaved by angel-like beings called the Templars. They seem very mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
And he essentially dug out a gem. Once he did, he put it in his chest. That opens like a mouth, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And he started controlling this immense power left behind by some warlocks. He
Yep.
went on a rampage that tore apart planets, essentially, all in a bid to destroy the Templars.
Yeah,
And
the revenge.
he was eventually placed inside of this coffin by Planetary Alliance, I guess.
Yeah, led by Pandora, one of
Pandora,
the.
yeah. And this Planetary Alliance was just informed that its super safe measures have been cracked open and that their worst nightmare is now roaming alive again.
Yes, we see this council of the Templars. It cuts again and again throughout the movie to back to them. It's we have just a very diverse cast of what would I call them? They're not gods, but they're, I guess, demigod. They're, they're kind of like archangels or something of that sort. Led by Pandora. Just very diverse kind of designs, and Pandora is essentially almost daring them, almost teasing them with, like, she believes, like, I have to be the one to defeat this guy once and for all. Like, it was a mistake. Doing this, like putting him in this torpor state, was a mistake. We should have just killed him. Which, fair. Like,
Fair.
I can agree with that. I mean, poor guy, but
If you can't tame your enemies, you should kill them.
yeah, typical hubris of these kinds of creatures when they get too powerful, I guess. And she kidnaps essentially one of these these humans that exist in the planet where he is in, and disguises herself as one of them by
Bring me the human.
turning her into a cube and then eating the cube, or I guess smearing the cube in her face. It was very strange.
They look like machines. It was like she was analyzing what makes a human human, and then it copies it.
Yeah, it's
Very interesting, to say the least.
yeah.
Back on Earth, the kids settle on a name for the alien, and they decide to
yes.
call him Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, they go through a lot of names, but yeah, Psycho GOREMAN sticks. PG for short.
There's a lot of shenanigans that go on. I don't really know where to begin, because I feel like most of them are really not consequential to the movie, except for the one with the kid. There's this kid that Mimi really is into.
Oh yeah, the Alistair.
Yeah.
Interesting name for a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Hope his last name isn't Crowley, otherwise I'm gonna feel sad for what happens to him.
No, I don't think we have any last names for anyone.
Because they kept Mimi and Luke kept PG in this warehouse or in this shoe factory or whatever, and they present him to Alistair, and they start essentially making like a group of to play games with. Yeah, as you said, it's a bunch of stuff that kind of develops with, like, the parents meeting this guy, thinking that he's that he's gonna kill them. And he does say
He's completely always saying,
"I will kill you. I will kill you." He's really just saying that, but Mimi's like, "No, don't worry. Like, he's not gonna hurt you." And meanwhile, he turned Alistair into a brain homunculus, I guess, because Alistair didn't want to play their game, and so Mimi says to PG for him to make him more obedient or something like that, and so he turned him into that thing. And now the parents have to get used to this new family member, I guess. Then it's funny.
It's like a brain with tentacles. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it's like a homunculus mixed with it's some weird thing. I don't know.
Right. The important one really is when they're out playing basketball. They're approached by cops. And Psycho PG is dressed up as a sort of cowboy, in his disguise. Mimi really thinks that this is impossible for anyone to notice what he is like that. So he kind of
Yes.
lets out on these cops.
Yep.
He kills one of them. Not exactly kills really. Like the
He,
guy
he
cannot die.
yeah, he turns him into a husk. He turns him into like a thrall, essentially. But
Yeah,
like in
he's
in the
goop.
most in the most I guess in the most painful way possible, in the most like essentially like torture. Like he can't die, but he also can't live. He's just he's a husk. He's a
His
or it's
hand
just
is
a,
fused to his gun. His skin is all
yes.
melted. His eyes are
Yeah.
melted.
Yeah.
He appears to be in pain. He even
Yeah.
hands out a note to Mimi, like, "Oh, what's
Oh yeah.
this? A Valentine's
Yeah, yeah,
card?"
it's
And
so
it's shaped
funny.
like a heart in pink.
Yeah, and
And
it says it written in blood, "Kill me." And the
so
guy's trying to
cute.
shoot himself with the gun,
On
but
the
he can't
neck
really.
and on the
Yeah,
head.
he
Like, there
can't
has no
really aim,
effect.
and he also probably, even if he hit himself, like even if he hit any organs, the organs probably don't matter because he's being just like kept alive by the sheer willpower of PG. So yeah, it's just man.
And then back at the police station, when the surviving cop is relating to everyone else what just happened, Pandora walks in through the door and asks this officer to take her to PG.
Since the beginning of the movie, we already know that the relationship between Mimi and Luke is kind of it's complicated because yeah, they're siblings, but
Mimi is bossy.
yeah, Luke is kind of tired of constantly like tossed around by her. And so in one night, PG sends like right, he sends him kind of like a nightmare where he's able to talk to him on his own, and he tries to convince Luke to steal the gem of Praxidike from Mimi so that, he can be free. And he says, I promise I will spare you if you do this. But Luke is like, I can't really do that. But he does consider. Like it kind of he's like, do you really think that she's going to spare you? That she's gonna have the same mercy that I will have towards you. And yeah, this kind of plants a seed in his mind.
Right, and he then contacts his own crew, saying that he's
Yes.
been freed.
Yeah, he contacts the Knights of Sidian, which was, I guess, the order of knights that were working for him before he was turned into this. Before he was imprisoned by the Templars. And yeah, and they do come. But when they do, so this happens in the woods, and it's It's a very interesting scene. I mean, a lot of scenes are interesting from this, but so the Knights of Sidian, they're again this even more diverse group of, you could call them stalkers, I would say. I mean, they are like one of them is like
Evil-looking aliens.
yeah,
They come
one of
from a
them
tyrant. They follow a tyrant.
yeah, one of them looks like a witch from like an oni, like one of those witches from like Japanese folklore, and she even speaks Japanese, I think.
Yeah, a nod to the influences of this movie, if you
Mhm.
ask me.
Yeah. True. And so basically, PG is like, oh, finally, I can be freed. These guys have come for my aid, and so he orders them to kill Mimi, kill the girl, and they're like, oh, nah, you don't understand. We are in charge now. And one of the guys, I don't actually remember his name, but it's the guy that looks like the most like I guess an undead pirate or something
The
of that
one with
sort.
the crown.
Yeah, he has the crown. He explains that basically they defected. Basically, they decided, with the absence of PG to lead them, they've basically created their own factions, and now they don't need him anymore. And in fact, they actually want to use them. They want to use the gem of Praxidike to control him, to use him as a weapon and not actually be subdued by him. And he's like, you traitors! But now, because he essentially, it's like a triple. It's very interesting because it's like a triple betrayal. Because he also betrayed Mimi because he told them to kill her, and she heard that, so she lets him be beaten up by the Knights of Sidian and trying to force him to apologize to her. And then he does, because, well, again, it's the gem of Brexit. He kind of has to do that. So he apologizes to her. Is like, okay, apology accepted. Beat these guys up. And he, and of course the tide turns, because it is, after all, the Archduke of Nightmares. He is way more powerful than all of these other guys combined. So he, one by one, he just kills them all. Just completely one-sided smashes all of them to pieces.
Well, not so one-sided because he gets pretty injured.
True, he did get injured, and he's actually
And they have to call they have to call Dad, and he sends this sort of
the psychic message, psychic
Yeah.
vision.
I was looking for like it's a sensor, I guess. It's not invisible though, because it shows up with his flaming head screaming to his father,
Yes.
who's after fighting with mom about not doing anything around the house. And it's interesting because she's like, name one thing, and he can't. So when he's taking a shit, he's fighting as if he would, like the things he would tell her to her face if he could. And then he gets startled by PG. So he does arrive with the kids and PG and in the pickup truck back home where Pandora and Mom are waiting. Luke decides to stay on Pandora's side. PG, Mimi, and Greg,
Yeah, yeah, I think it's great.
Dad, they flee back to the abandoned shoe factory.
Yep.
This is when Pandora reveals her true form and
Yes.
transforms also Susan into a sort of angel like her.
Like a little apprentice, I guess.
Mhm.
It's interesting because this is we're building up to the final confrontation, and it really is just two teams have formed. Pandora, Susan, and Luke on one side with the Gem of Paraxidike, and then on the other you have Mimi, Greg, and PG in the. There's this I just have to mention this because this is maybe one of my. I can't even name a favorite scene, but I think this is one of my favorite scenes in which. Yeah, so PG is injured. He's dying effectively, and he needs the Gem of Paraxidike to be given to him so he can heal, because that's where his power source comes from. Mimi knows that if she gives him the gem, she will lose control over him, and he might kill everyone and destroy the universe. I mean, he said he was going to destroy the universe, so that might happen
From the start.
Yeah,
It's not might, it's a will.
Yeah, she's not even like worried necessarily about the universe. She's more worried about, her well-being and the well-being of her family. And she even asks him to like promise that you're not going to kill us. This is when she realizes that she doesn't have the Gem of Paraxidike and that Luke has the Gem of Paraxidike that he stole at some point before. It's implied that she has to decide, like, do I give him the gem or not? And she goes to this room that has a crucifix on the wall, and she gets on her knees, hands together, praying for, the guy above. This seems very out of character for her, right? Like, this whole time, the whole movie, she's like, nobody tells me what to do. I don't give a fuck about what you want or what you care about. She's just very egotistical in general. And so it's very out of character for her to suddenly do this. And then you realize, she's completely playing, because the only decision that she wants to know, so she's asking for effectively, which sunglasses should she wear? And then she's like, that's a trick question, I already know. It's the tiger print ones. And then she grabs the crucifix from the wall and she breaks it like a badass. And it's such a beautiful scene. I just wanted to mention that. She says, like, there's a new god in town and his name is Psycho GOREMAN. And it's just, brings a tear to my eye.
Mm-hmm. So Team Pandora shows up to battle Team PG. And in the chaos, PG knows that he can't win because he doesn't have the gem. So he calls on a rule that they get to have a contest, and whoever wins, right? When Pandora searches her feelings and realizes that she must obey this rule, even though it's not what she wants to.
True.
PG asks Mimi to pick the battle, the type of fight that they're going to have. And obviously Mimi, if you've been paying any attention, Mimi is going to pick Crazy Ball.
Of course.
Nobody can keep up with the rules of Crazy Ball. So again, like, this is a major plot point, right? The fact that nobody can keep up with the rules of Crazy Ball. The fact that they're so esoteric, it plays to Mimi, because she makes up whatever she wants about exactly.
Yeah. No,
There's this
Sorry, I disagree. I think that the rules of Crazy Ball are probably very well defined and very consistent. I think it's just that they're so complex that only Mimi and Luke know. Like, I think that's it. I don't think that they're random or just like made up. I actually am. That's my opinion, at least. This isn't. There's no reason for me to believe this. It's just a feeling I have. I like to believe so.
There's this big point, this big moment in the game where if two of this is essentially dodgeball with more stuff in it, right? And if two balls ever collide with each other, the switcheroo happens. This is the one rule that we know for sure about the game, right?
Yeah.
It's the turnaround point. When two balls collide, the players that threw the ball can punch the other one and steal all the other team's points plus 1 point.
Yep.
So it allows for a turnaround moment. And when um when when
When it happens.
yeah, I'm sorry. When Mimi and Luke's balls collide. Sorry, I had to pause there.
No, that's
when,
good. That's good.
When they collide, I agree. Mimi rushes to punch Luke, just like she did at the beginning of the movie, and her team wins. But Pandora decides that this is a stupid game. I don't even understand the rules, so why should I follow them?
Yeah.
And she's about to attack PG, or Mimi actually, because Mimi puts herself
she puts herself in front.
in front of PG.
Yeah, and then Susan puts herself in front of Mimi to defend
with
her
her-
daughter. So yeah.
This is when Luke throws the. Well, they reconcile. They have a little moment between them where Luke understands that her sister is not going to change no matter what. So he might as well love her or die with her. So he chooses to love her. He gives her back the gem. Mimi hands the gem back to PG. And PG uses his powers to absolutely destroy Pandora and give her a warrior's death, which is something he
yeah.
also did to one of the other guys.
Yeah. We forgot to mention that. So he explains that eating, they don't require eating for sustenance.
Devouring is the right word.
Right. So, humans and mortals, they eat for sustenance, but these, the creatures back in Gygax, they don't eat for sustenance. They devour their enemies to give them a warrior's death.
And so he devours Pandora and decides that he does not want to destroy the galaxy out of hate anymore. That's no longer his goal.
He's going to do it
PG
out of love, which is okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't exactly know what that means, but okay.
Because he opens a portal to a nondescript town and starts blasting people away. We assume that he leaves this family for last, or that they're the only ones that get to live on planet Earth.
Yeah, no. He did promise, and it's interesting because he no longer, the gem of Brexite was given to him, so like he's no longer in control of anyone. He's in control of himself, but still he keeps his promise, and he spares Amy and her family.
He understands love now.
And so yeah, he blows them a kiss before, as you said, teleporting to another town and blowing the fuck out of everything. I mean, blowing up, not.
Yeah. There is a little, I think, as a post-credit scene, right, where the news that Pandora died reaches the Planetary Alliance, and the solution that they find, or that they start debating, to PG being loose again, is if they should kill themselves, if they should end it all before he has a chance to.
That's how it ends. Yeah.
Yay.
Wow. What's the take here?
Well, I can't really take it as anything other than satire, but there is one theme I would like to touch upon that I feel is important to understand the character of Psycho Gorman. And that is that Psycho Gorman was a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Psycho Gorman was someone under the control of another, someone who wasn't able to be himself, someone who was worked to the point of exhaustion um, by someone else's hand. Right. And isn't it interesting that Mimi hears this tale of a slave, and their first instinct is to order him around.
Well, I think. Well, technically, I guess she didn't know about this after the fact, so there wasn't really a.
Well, it was after hearing the story that she started taking him out, and she even orders Psycho Gorman to kill her own brother.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
So we're dealing with someone who's not only treats she also treats her brother as a slave.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the line from the when the right at the end of the movie when Susan and Greg, they sort of like, I guess, bond again or something, because their marriage basically kind of fell apart, but they, then shit happened. And Greg says, well, we learned a lot today. And Susan asks, like what? And he just doesn't know what to answer. And it's like,
but that's exactly the point of the movie, because when Psycho Gorman says now that he's going to destroy the galaxy out of love,
yeah,
I feel like he it's not even that he misunderstood love, it's that Mimi gave him a twisted, perverted sense of love. Like, it was the same treatment as the hateful treatment that the Templars gave her. Gave him. If he was to actually, if I mean, again, if the movie wasn't a satire, I guess we could explore those themes. But the point of the matter is that we learn nothing. He, in the end, he's still the same murderous self, and who doesn't truly know love.
I mean, what is love really? Baby, don't hurt me. Sorry.
It's something that he can't feel for sure.
And I think, well, I also can't feel that, but I think that yeah, I really think that he doesn't understand what it is. And
because I think because Mimi didn't really show it to him, and to me that's the lesson of the movie is that you can name something whatever you want, but actions will always speak louder than words. And when Psycho Gorman goes out there and says that he's killing people out of love, people will become confused, because that's not what love does, right?
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, I think we could spin this in so many ways. But yeah, but ultimately, I really do think it's satire, as you said, but it's like it shows also kind of the like, sometimes you don't need a moral of the story. Like, this essentially doesn't really have a moral of the story, and like that's
no, definitely not. I'm just trying to extract some meaning out of it, because I've been conditioned to do that now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. But ultimately, the movie is just fun, man. It's just it's just fun. It's just fun. It's just funny, and it's and I wish
was a nice break of pace from our usual stuff.
Yeah, I want more of this. I wanted, like,
sadly
I
we
would
need to
love
wait another year.
No, but I mean, like this series, like this. I wouldn't say. I think, of course, you know what my opinion of sequels is in general. But yeah, this style of
50 episodes of an episodic series, it would be cool.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe less than that. But yeah,
50 is a good number.
50 is a good number. Okay, isn't that like five seasons with 10 episodes each?
No. It's just one season. It runs for a whole year.
One season with one episode a week.
Yep.
Well, that's
every Sunday.
Well, I hope it's not made in a week, because that would be kind of
no
bad.
You prepare. You have as one is airing, right? You're recording, you're producing the one that you're going to introduce in the last episode of the season.
So right, yeah. So you would finish. I mean, you would need years of production before before it even airs. Yeah. But
Yeah.
damn, 50 episodes. That's a bit. But yeah, I can get behind if they're quality episodes. If they're like this, then yeah. Anyway, what's happening?
I don't know.
I think now it's hitting. We've been keeping pretty consistent, but now is when it's hitting.
Yeah, because this
Now is when
just,
I'm feeling it. I don't know why. It's yeah. We
it's
should
just Trolls. Where do we go from here?
wasn't it? It was I think. Oh, was that a rhetorical question? I can't really tell.
No, I don't know. I'm legitimately at a loss.
Oh, well, we kind of did analysis, kinda, because it's
What was the thing that you wanted to talk about that I told you to make a note of?
Right. I don't know if this matters at all because let's analyze it from an actual like cinematographic, like from an actual review perspective. I think that the acting is great. I mean, for what it is, it's not supposed to be taken seriously. So I think you know how child actors usually aren't that great.
Nah,
But
it was cool.
I think they were great.
Mhm.
And especially the girl, I think she just did a great.
Mimi is crazy good
Yeah.
actress.
Yeah,
I mean, she was just playing herself, honestly, probably.
true.
To an extent, I don't think the kid goes out there and breaks crosses for a living, but
Yeah,
um,
yeah, but it's just it's So yeah, so the cinematography is also incredible because it is like as you said, it is an illusion. It's a reference. I don't know to to those Japanese films with the
people in
crazy
suits.
the crazy practical effects, blood everywhere, members flying, things like that. Like also a bit like Godzilla. It has just it's a bunch of little details from here and there, and you can tell what it's trying to do very easily. And even the way it's filmed, even though it's with modern technology, I think they do a lot of like even the special effects that they do. They try to give this feel of like 80s. It's very 80s nostalgia as well, which I appreciate, of course. The analog stuff, very very cool, very good. The costuming is also incredible, and the practical effects too. Like it's just, I feel like most of those movies that this is trying to parody or to reference, I think they do a worse job than this one did in terms of the practical effects and all that stuff. Like this is really good. I remember the image.
Well,
that's
considering
coming
production cycles, yeah, probably they had a little bit more time to
also.
develop quality. Because you can see that in the shots where PG opens his chest, you can definitely see that it's not the same suit that they're using, or when he opens his mouth to devour
Oh yeah.
other warriors, it's not the same suit. So you can see that they had time to develop those costume changes.
And not to mention that this movie was produced. So it was produced, or it was filmed. I think it was in 2019. 2018, 2019. And so the pandemic hit when the movie was in post-production. So it actually delayed it basically delayed the release of the movie. So, but I mean, it didn't affect the pre-production or the actual filming, luckily, because they were just in time. But yeah, it might have also affected, or maybe might have affected the cut. I don't know exactly what effect it had on the movie, but it's just an interesting thing to mention. And yeah, this is what's the budget on this? I actually don't know.
Probably not very high, but I guess.
Well, it gross. Oh, the budget was 1,500,000
Oh,
Canadian
much
dollars,
more than I expected.
and then it grossed a total of, where is it taking this from? Why is the internet so stupid? What the whatever. I can't find it. Anyway, yeah, the budget is over $1 million, but it's more than I expected. Does that make it a B movie or
Yeah,
what? I don't know the
definitely. It's schlocky enough to be in the B movie category.
yeah, but man,
I love it.
just like Killer Clowns was also a B movie, but it's a B movie that is it may as well not be. You know, it's just it has in terms of writing and in terms of all of this, like the quality is spectacular for what it is, for the premise that it has and all that stuff. It's just they really went above and beyond to make this just great. Like that's what I can say.
Well, that doesn't. The label means nothing to us anyway. We still love
True.
it regardless. A 10 out of 10.
True.
Right. I've given order to the trolls, and our candles are out. The circles have been erased, and we will let silence reign again, or my head is going to explode. We here at the Grymm Mansion, we wish you a horrifying Samhain, and until we meet again.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.